What on earth is going on? What on earth is going on? What on earth is going on? Seems to be some nasty feedback happening there. What on earth is going on? Seems to be some nasty feedback. Happening there. Music gone suddenly. What on earth is going on? Seems to be some nasty feedback. Repeating what I've been saying again and again and again. Why? Happening there. It's on a stuck loop. 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 Everything I say gets repeated again and again and again. Hey, exclaim. It's on a stuck loop. Okay. Everything I say gets repeated again. Had a horrible headache all of yesterday. Hey, exclaim. Horrible headache. It's on a stuck loop. Okay. Everything I say gets repeated. Can you hear me okay? Because when I'm looking at my video feed, everything I'm saying gets repeated. It's on a stuck loop. Okay. Everything I say gets repeated. Can you hear me okay? Because when I'm looking at my video feed, everything I'm saying gets repeated. It's on a stuck loop. Okay. Everything I say gets repeated. Can you hear me okay? Because when that's the strangest thing. Please let me know if it's happening for you as well, if I need to end the stream and start again. The loop is over. Okay. 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 Bon appetit. I don't know how to say it. Okay. Bon appetit. I don't know how to say it. Okay. Bon appetit. I don't know what it means to say it. Okay. Bon appetit. The loop is back. I don't know what it means. Okay. It seems to be only when I'm looking at it. If I'm looking at my own stream, then the loop starts. If I leave it alone, then it seems to. It's weird, but okay. Let me know if that fixed it, even if me closing it stabilizes it again. Or if it's still looping. Bon appetit. I feel like appetite has appetit has something to do with appetite. I don't know what bon means. It's logical. Try to watch it and remove the sound from the source you're watching. Yeah, I figured it's something like enjoy a meal. See, I don't have the source. The source isn't on, so it doesn't make any sense. It's not quite logical. Yeah, I don't have the source on this scene. I've got some media sources for the background music. I've got the camera sources, and that's it. And I've got the chat source and the other elements, but I don't have an audio source apart from the mic. The mic is the only audio source, well, and the media source for music, so it's not really logical anyway. It's some kind of glitch. Tell me what happens when I do this. So you can, when I picking up one of my browsers, even though there's no browser source. My output source is used as an input, but it's not though. But it's like not listed as one of my sources on the scene. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. The issue is that it's like, yeah, there isn't. There's a couple of media sources. There's the visual elements. There's the cameras, but there's nothing related to desktop sound. There's nothing related to browser audio. On my list of sources. Try unplugging my earphones, you might have a shortcut in them. Interesting. Well, I'm going to try this quickly. I tried muting the desktop audio on all the scenes. Let's see what happens. Is it still the same? Just my voice. Fantastic. So then, yeah. Nice. Yeah, it seems it was obviously a glitch with OBS. OBS was capturing from sources on different scenes and different profiles. But thank you. Thank you for helping me troubleshoot. How have you been, by the way? getting closer to the source of your blockage, you've realized that your problem is not about your father shouting, but about reading what can or should be done in a public place. Where did you read about that? So what was I doing here? I was busy doing something when I started working on that piece. I was giving some contrast to the hair. I suppose at this point I just want to start adding I did the drawing at primary school instead of working because at the kindergarten school all I did was playing. Misinterpreted what should be done between two similar places. I see. At the kindergarten all you did was draw and play. Your prism of perception was not the good one. I see. That's what my mind is trying to tell me. I'm glad that you're getting to the bottom of this. I look younger when the camera is closer. Interesting. Still not at the bottom. Getting there though. Little by little, making sense of it all. As long as there is pain, this is not the bottom. And how am I doing? How am I doing? Same as usual, I guess. Keeping my head above the waves. Now, lately I've been feeling like my head is, I'm like on the shore. I'm not in the sea anymore. But then yesterday, if this makes any amount of sense at all, then yesterday I felt like I was in the water again. So if we're talking about the water as the sea, then it's like not so pleasant to be in the sea for longer than is recreational. So recently or lately I've been feeling like I'm out of the sea. I'm not swimming in the sea. I'm on dry land. But then yesterday I felt like I got hit by some waves. Yesterday and today. I probably got a cold or something. That's probably what's going on. feel like I need to stop fucking around and actually start putting the ink onto this drawing. Starting with the hair, starting with the facial features, and then the hair. Yeah. Yep. Nope. What? What? Started from the bottom, now we're here. I'm gonna start at the bottom. It kind of makes sense. So, like, you asked me this morning if I get bored of being right, and I do. I very much do get bored of being right. I wish someone else could be right for a change, or someone could take that responsibility away from me. Yeah, I know you were joking. I know. But on a serious note, though, I do often feel like, can't someone else have this responsibility? It's difficult to watch the people around you doing things that you know they're gonna regret, or that they're, just knowing better, like looking at what people are busy with and being like, I know how that's gonna turn out, but not really being able to say anything because you can't really burst their bubble. They've got to figure things out on their own and make their own mistakes. That gets tiring. It gets tiring to see all of that all the time. Didn't know I've touched a sweet spot. That's because you're an old soul. It's like playing World of Warcraft. You're doing a reroll. Yeah, basically. Kind of feels like that. Do I even have this on the camera right now? Yes, I do, at least. I thought maybe it was like off camera. It's too bad how the shadows fall on it like that. I assure you that's what it is. I have the same sensation. I know you're an old soul because an old souls are quiet and doesn't do much unless moves. I think I understand what you mean by that. Oh, don't do much useless moves. I see. It does resonate. It rings a bell. Sounds familiar. I'm thinking about that now, like useless moves. There have been many times that I feel like I've made a useless move. I'm trying to think of an example though. Useless moves. Can you think of an example of a useless move? So I feel like in my case, instead of making useless moves or instead of avoiding useless moves, I'm just trying to get the most out of a move as possible. Here, for example, I could be doing this, you know, I could do art streams, live art streams, and that could be the thing. Yeah, you know, that could be all that it's about, is just streaming art live. But there's actually a much broader spectrum of intentions here. The main point is so that I can come back and take these videos and use them for a time lapse so that it can be an ad. So like no amount of time is going to waste. I could also be doing these recordings offline and then time lapsing them together, but in order to get the most out of the move, live streaming it first of all and then time lapsing it as well. Yeah, I'm getting the most out of the move. So if I did it offline and I recorded it, it wouldn't be a useless move. If I was just live streaming and had no plans to use the videos after, it wouldn't be a useless move. But I'm getting the most out of it by doing it the way I'm doing. In the morning, a student of mine was tidying his course. He looked like a little monkey, taking a sheet, looking at me, then taking another sheet, looking at me to do his task. Watching me was useless. Yeah. I see. That's a good example. I hope you liked my little musing example. I know he was looking for my approbation, but I wasn't giving it to him for this. He wanted to be noticed for cleaning up his desk. So in my last art stream, I was commissioned to do this drawing, which was pretty cool. So yeah, the live streaming resulted in, like, the whole point of coming back to time lapse these portraits is so that I can use it as an ad, so I can sell these custom portraits. And the process of me doing these custom portraits already got one customer. So I was paid for this piece. I chose to do this one as part of creating an ad. I chose to do this one as part of creating an ad so that I could generate sales. And so no, I'm not getting paid for these two, but they have already worked in it. They've brought in paid work, and yeah, hopefully, I mean, not even hopefully, I know with certainty that this process will bring in more customers. Just literally by me doing it online in live streams, and then the ad that I make with the time lapses, with the videos, will also. You've used busty powers to bring customers. Are we talking about this piece here? Busty powers. I guess in that case we have, eh? On a more serious note, it might have helped, really. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think that everything plays a part, nothing is coincidence, like, yeah, there's no coincidence. That's the bottom line. Never underestimate the symbolism of boobies. Exactly. Thank you so much. I guess I can sit there where that one is. Okay. Two circles and a triangle. Can do many things. Two circles and a triangle can do many things. It's like the whole. That's the whole principle that Twitch is based on, isn't it? The whole of Twitch and its income revolves around boobies and vajayjays. You send me a video on Discord. KK. Not related to boobies. That's too bad, isn't it? Turn it more like that. Tilt it a little more. Open a Discord tab. I wonder what kind of tea this is. Guess who's speaking? Kinza Khan, welcome. Now I know what you look like. You know, you kind of look like how I'd imagine you to look after I heard your voice and after chatting with you. I'm not surprised, basically, but thanks. It's good to have a face and a voice to the name. How come it's not surprising? I don't know. It's just like I feel like I've seen you before even though I haven't. Just feel like you look familiar. Instinct? Maybe. Intuition? Maybe. I don't know. Beatty? What happened to the video? Did you delete the video? But thanks for the photo. Many we've known each other's. Yeah, perhaps we have met. Maybe. Some might say, oh yeah, I know you from a past life, but oh, you don't leave too many traces on the internet. I see. Maybe, like, some people might say, yeah, we met in a past life or whatever, but I don't think that's how it works. When it comes to past lives, I don't think that's how it works. Anyway, it could be that we've met astrally, you know, maybe I've chatted with you in your dreams or something. Do I think it's working with past lives? Nah, I don't think so. Oh, how do I think it's working with past lives? So the way it works with past lives, well, reincarnation, let's put it that way, is it's like, okay, imagine it like this. Each human is like a reflective jar, right? Like an earthen jar, but inside is reflective, and there is like a massive light source, which is the collective essence of humanity, and that light source reflects on all these billions of little reflective vessels, and that's us. That's when we're alive. And then those vessels break, or they get old and they perish, and it can no longer reflect the light, and so we're dead then. The light is just, it's still there, it's still being directed at that space, but there's nothing to capture it, nothing to hold it. So yeah, it's not the most perfect analogy, but I think the point is that all of us have the same past lives. Like, we all come from the same collective source. So here, like, what I'm trying to say is that you could have the exact same past life memories as me. It's not because you had many lives where you were the same soul, the same individual, that you can tap into any past life of any aspect of humanity at large. It's not about one individual. Like a tree structure? I don't know. Where we're leaves on the tree? I don't know. If it helps you understand it, then by all means. I'm only sharing with you the analogy that helps me understand it. And I think most people don't really want to hear it, They don't really want to hear this perspective that I've just shared with you, because it implies that we're only individual as long as we are alive in a vessel. Opening your link. So it's very difficult for people to hear or understand or grasp. No, I don't feel like it works like this. Maybe, but I don't feel like it does. We're not even extensions. We are one collective source. We are one collective being. There only becomes individuality when we have this physical form. And the physical form is not us, it's just like a space. It's like a mirror. The mirror doesn't really have any light of its own, it's reflecting a light source. So we are like mirrors, and the light source is actually us. And so each one of us is an individual mirror, but we're all reflecting the same thing. Like my fingers are me? Maybe. However it helps you understand it. And talking about the mirror, I want to use some words. Like, I feel the point of analogies is to understand something else, is to understand, like, from a symbolic perspective. So an analogy is then only useful as far as it helps one to understand the original concept. And then for each person, the symbols that help them understand a concept are different, so not all analogies are useful to everyone. And the analogy with the mirrors and the light, that one helps me understand it. But if understanding it from the perspective of math trees works better for you, the reflection exists but doesn't have any substance in what human call reality. To you, does what we are have substance in our reality? So, a reflection will have substance in reality. If I shine a laser light on a mirror and the mirror reflects that laser light onto another surface that I might not have been able to reach otherwise, if that makes any kind of sense. And you ask me what we are have substance in our reality. I feel like what we are only has substance in our reality. It wouldn't have substance somewhere else. I don't think that... No, I think... So the original light is reflecting on us. It accomplishes something with that reflection that maybe we're not even aware of. Us being mirrors, us being reflections of the light, is very much relevant to our reality. Even if it's less relevant to the original light, to the original source's reality, it is very relevant to our reality. Yeah, I feel you. Lacking vocabulary to express your idea. Lacking English vocabulary, yes. I do get it. I'm sure your French is not lacking at all. It is sometimes. Yeah. I feel that way with English. I feel like English doesn't have variety. It doesn't have the capacity to explain certain concepts and ideas. feel like English is actually very limited language. I feel like Greeks have a very advanced language in comparison. I don't know how many modern Greeks actually understand their language in its like complete sense. Chinese as well, very complex language, and I wonder how many of the Chinese speaking people actually grasp the full depths of their language and what it could be conveying. Hebrew as well, and I know for a fact that very few people who speak Hebrew understand its depth, understand what its what its capacity for communication actually is. It seems to be that we've lost touch with that. The ancients had a much higher form of communication than we do today. Yes, I see so many people using words without using the meaning behind it. Exactly. And it gets so much deeper when you're using a hieroglyphic language like Chinese or Greek or Hebrew, because then not only does a word have meaning, but a single letter has a lot of meaning. That's why there was an art movement in my country called Surrealism. Like, imagine for a moment that an alphabet was, like, each tarot card was a letter in the alphabet. Yeah. That should say it all. Imagine each tarot card was also a letter in the alphabet. Because that's exactly how it is. That's exactly what it is. Yes, the only language I've understood getting this deepness was Sanskrit. So Chinese has that level of depth. Greek has that level of depth. Hebrew has that level of depth. And all of these ancient societies, the ancient Greeks, the ancient Jews, or Israelites, the ancient Egyptians, they understood. They were communicating on that level. And it's something that we've lost through the ages. Because many of those languages are still alive today. But that depth of communication, that depth of understanding and symbolism, that has all been forgotten. All but forgotten. Like, the fact of the matter is that the tarot is based off of the Kabbalah, which is the Hebrew alphabet. And the Hebrew alphabet is based off of the Egyptian alphabet. And the Egyptian alphabet was tied in strongly with astrology. And when it came to the Egyptian alphabet and the Hebrew alphabet, there was no difference between the numbers, between their numbers and their characters. Like, their alphabet was simultaneously numbers. Like, we have numbers and we have words, like letters for words, characters for words. They used the same alphabet, the same characters to depict numbers and to depict language, to depict speech and writing. So their language was simultaneously their numerical system. So in essence, you know, if you boil it all down, astrology, numerology, astrology, numerology, tarot, things like I Ching and Kabbalah and divination through, they're all basically the same language. They're all, it's all the same. At its core, it's all the same thing. It's basically ancient tongues, it's ancient languages that have mostly been forgotten. Or aspects of languages, the usage of language that we've forgotten about. Okay. Am I rambling? Sorry about that. Oh, I see, you just unfocused. Well, it's not so bad. My rambling is not so bad. Like, there are so many, like if you look up, well, I don't know, I'm also unfocused, blah blah blah, also unfocused, once again lacking vocab and writing is too difficult. One for you. No, your rambling makes sense. Okay, I see. Well, what I was trying to say is that, like, I have been watching other art streamers to get some tips and, you know, some headers, learn some things, make some friends. And when they ramble on and on for hours about video games or series. That's what they ramble on about. So I feel like my rambling's not that bad. I'm gonna ramble about ancient languages and ramble about divination tools, ramble about art contests, ramble about life advice, I don't know, whatever I'm rambling about at the time. I feel like that's a step up from video games and television series anyway. A little more value in that, I'd say. So this who I'm drawing now, this is Yellow Daisy. As the first one, that one that I finished drawing, that was Aziz Azura. This is Yellow Daisy. Although Yellow Daisy doesn't really stream on her own account anymore. She seems to be like exclusively on the Unconventional Couple channel these days. The Unconventional Couple, yeah. They're like a just chatting stream. They used to be an unconventional couple. Now they're not so much a couple anymore. Now they're like a four-way polyamorous relationship. But yeah, Yellow Daisy is my sister. The Unconventional Couple are some old-time friends, and now the Unconventional Couple is not so much a couple anymore, and Yellow Daisy is part of that polyamorous relationship. And yeah, there's some others who have joined the relationship as well, apart from Yellow Daisy. The eyes are from the family. The eyes are from the family. The eyes eyes are from the family. Talking about these eyes, these blue eyes, based on your drawing, you have the same kind of eyes. That is correct. So it's interesting that you would get that from the drawing, because there's no color in the drawing. There's no color in the drawing at all. But yes, our eyes are not the same color, but I guess they are similar. Even the nose has the same shape. Yeah, I guess it does, doesn't it? Mine is bigger because I'm a man. No comment. No comment. As I've heard from, from, I don't even know who from Eskom Push. It's an app on my phone. Power is gonna go out at 8 o'clock. The electricity is gonna be shut off, basically. Yeah, it's 6:11 now, so it's still like just short of 2 hours. Just keep on adapting and make it happen and make it work. You know, that's just how we've got to do it. Figure it out little by little. On the straight face. Do you also have blue eyes there? The resting bitch face. It's a mix of green and grey. I can imagine that that's the face that you give to your students when they are looking for your approval, but when they're doing something that, you know, is expected of them and looking for approval for doing it, or yeah. You give them the resting bitch face and like just peer over the top of your glasses at them. When people don't know you, they think you're an asshole. Why? Just because of your resting face. Shame. I guess I kind of know what that feels like. People often tell me that I look angry. And then I smile and I say, what are you talking about? I'm not angry. It's like a Russian killer face. I have been told that I look like an NPC assassin. Whatever that means. We're both looking like killer. Maybe that's the link. During a game we ask who would get away with murder, and all my friends look at me. But that's kind of counterintuitive. If you look like the guy who's going to get away with murder, does that mean you have gotten away with murder, or that you'd be the prime suspect, whether or not you committed murder? Who knows? You won't tell exactly. Yeah, if I did commit murder, I'd never be admitting it or telling anyone about it. But then again, you know, serial killers love to gloat about their killings. Or the ones that get, you know, they love to confess. It just seems to be a commonality among serial killers that they love to receive recognition for their murders. But then I wouldn't consider that kind of person a real killer. If I was like an assassin or whatever, I wouldn't. I would say, yeah, those guys, they're not real killers. They ain't never seen a real killer. They wouldn't know a real killer if he got hit in the face by one. Serial killer versus mafia hitman. I don't think that serial killer stands a chance. You really show off about what you can do, so it won't be my face. I'm used to not getting recognition for what I'm doing. Okay. I see what you're saying. You wouldn't be, yeah, if you were a serial killer, it wouldn't be like an issue for you to keep it to yourself or keep quiet about it. For example, at school during a party between teachers, I did an Eminem rap. They were shocked how I was doing it well. Because you've never shown off about music. Yeah, I get you. A man who lets his actions speak for him. Exactly. And the friend colleague told my boss that I had many hidden talents. So you can rap? You enjoy that kind of thing? No, they don't know what to expect from you, and that's the most funny part. You do an audio for me. I'm honored. Yeah, I could also do the screaming. You just play with your mouth? You just like to play with your voice? Seriously? Your voice? What about it? Were you ever in a band or anything? Did you ever at any point, you know, consider becoming a musician or a vocalist? Yeah, unfortunately I don't recognize the song that you're rapping in, so I didn't actually notice any mistakes. You're in a band right now doing Rammstein cover songs? Right. I remember you mentioning that before. I didn't realize you were still in that band. The song is Without Me by Eminem. Yeah, I know Eminem, but I don't know that song. So your Rammstein cover band, do you guys have like a YouTube channel? You can send a cover I did, but the voice is not good. So I'll take that as a no, you guys don't have a YouTube channel. Oh. No problem. Not yet. You guys don't have a channel yet. Hmm. Couldn't go all out because I did the recording at my apartment. Sure, you could have. Turn the page into the name of the song. Here is the page of the band. It takes a lot of courage to share this, to share like a incomplete or unprofessional recording. It takes a lot of courage, so thank you and well done. And I tried opening that link you sent to me, but it didn't seem to do the thing. It opens like a search. Okay, here it is. Just having fun. I'm taking it too seriously. I'll try something else. $73 people follow this. So I don't know if this is your cover band. One that I have found. Okay, here's another link from you. Opening it. This link opens like a... Okay, I see. KK, I'm gonna put you on screen, if you don't mind. This is the one. That's it. It's pretty cool. Is that you? Not at all. This is a cool setup. You guys look pretty serious to me. High notes are not full power with your voice. Hey, you know, in time you'll get more comfortable with your range and you'll figure it out. Brushing your teeth while listening to metal. It's kind of how it looks, eh? figure it out, just that I can do it. It's just that I can do it in the building with people around. You can do it in a building with people around. It's not as easy. It's not as easy to really open up one's voice when there's other people around. It can take quite a bit of practice. Oh, you don't want to disturb the people around you. I see. At certain times of the day it should be okay. You know, if it's still a decent hour, it should be fine. People will come to know you as the middle guy who yells and shouts in his apartment. They'll get over it. I like to stay under the radar. I see. So I also have a music Facebook page. Well, it's not mine alone, but here is the link. Oh. YouTube is not working today, as usual. Here you go, Lena, welcome. And I can't seem to send messages to Twitch. This is so weird.